The smallest one.
The smallest one.
Everybody is here? Yeah, I don't know if you...
Adventurous.
By the way, here,
Anybody feel adventurous this morning?
by the way, the underground is not a well, it's a canal, like the aqueduct. And this shaft is not used for pulling out of water.
No?
It's not pulling water out of it.
It's pulling in.
It is pulling out of it dirt. When they are cleaning it, so they use this bucket, and as it is heavy, they are sitting like this and use their feet to turn it.
Wow.
Because the hand alone cannot do it. And it is on purpose that they put the dirt around like this in order to protect it. And this way, if there is a flood, it will not be full of dirt again. So there will be just a small quantity of dirt that is going to fall down, and they can clean it easily. So the goal is, for example, the people have a farm here, have this land that they want to farm. If they dig a well, they don't have means to pump water and to dig a well.
Okay.
So what they do, they go towards the mountain and they are digging a well. You follow? They dig a well, and then when they find water, they let it fill in. They detect the maximum level of water, and then they start digging the canal underground using the slope. So in other words, these shafts, for example, the canal is always at the same level. This is the mountain. It is defined, the well is here, water is here. So they start digging the canal. And for here, because it is a hill, it can be, for example, 100 feet. Because it is flat, it can be just 20 feet. Another hill, but this canal, it always remains at the same level till it reaches the oasis that they want to irrigate. And it is exactly the same technique of the aqueduct. There should be a slope so that the water is streaming. So when, for example, you use the gravity, the system of the gravity, for example, if because of drought, this water is going deep, it means they cannot irrigate anymore. Because the canal is becoming deep, whereas the land to irrigate is higher. It is for this reason, they should look for another well that can irrigate the level they done. And if there is no one, so they cannot irrigate anymore, and they pack the luggage and they look for another one. And for this, there are shafts. For example, they dig a first well, and they are obliged to open another pit every 20 meters. Why?
They're going down and digging.
They go down. For example, they start from the first well, they dig down,
digging horizontally?
and after them they do the hole. And after they do the why? Because when they are working, there is dust, they cannot breathe.
Yeah.
It is for having air, for having oxygen, and for having everything.
not
And from here, for example, if you go down from here, you can walk till you can walk
Did
from
they
here
create
till
the
the
canal?
oasis.
They're digging
And
the canal
as you can walk from here,
underneath.
as you can walk from here till you can walk from here till the mountain.
So they go down here. And
They go
dig,
down here,
and
yes.
They dig
Yes,
horizontal. It's
exactly.
like fracking.
Exactly.
So without lead pipe.
You want to get down? And for when they are getting down, they just get down like we do in a way.
And then they dig
1 feet
another
on it,
hole.
and they dig another hole. So
And
they
they
dig
go down
another
there.
hole. So this one
So all
was
of these
one
are
canal.
And
Another
that's
one
another
was
canal.
another canal. And on
And,
the other side,
and
it
they
is
found a
another
water
canal.
source. Just happened to hit water.
No,
I mean,
the
No,
water
the water
comes from
source,
the
they
mountain.
go to the mountains, they look for the water source. And the challenge is sometimes it happens that they find the water source, but while they are digging, they reach the level of the oasis and it is deep, so they cannot irrigate. Or halfway, they realized that, for example, the water cannot be at the level of the Oasis, but it will be there. It is changing the depth, is the altitude.
Yeah,
did the
yeah.
work.
Yeah?
Wow,
Who's
that's
doing the
who
work?
dug all the.
Everyone that owns the property had to send a worker.
How old is this?
This one they goes back to the 11th century.
The canal they're digging here?
The canal, they started using it since the 11th century.
Yeah, it's like, yay!
Soda in the market.
Yeah. Smile, guys.
It's really a real flash flood. It means that it is as if they are rebuilding the canal again, because the flash flood is filling all the canal. It is for this reason they have rules. There is the manager. First of all, there is the manager of water, according to the size of your property. So the size of your property, for example, you have a big property, you are going to have 1 day irrigation. Let us say the biggest property here is, for example, 3-4 acres. So when you have 4 acres, you have the whole day irrigation from 8 till 8 o'clock. From 8 o'clock in the morning till 8 o'clock in the evening. And sometimes, if it is necessary, they are irrigating during the night also. And this way, everybody is going to have his turn. And if you have, for example, 2 acres, you have half a day. And if you have 1 acre, you have the quarter of a day. And it is coming like this till it becomes an hour irrigation, and you arrange it with your neighbor. And so for work, is the same thing. When you are cleaning, you have 4 acres, so automatically you should send 4 workers. Date palms. It is for this reason when you see the date palms with the leaves tightened, it means that they just planted them. Yeah, they bring them to be planted. And here, ladies and gentlemen, in a few seconds, we go for a small comfort stop. We do a stop if you want to use the washroom. It is, yes. You can rust it up, yeah, exactly, yeah. Oil and then it will grass. This is authentic, the cover. It is skin, it is leather, and they use it, and the nomads. This one is 5. Okay,
Now that I heard it's real.
You see now in the Moroccan law, you don't have the right to have this anymore. In Moroccan law, it means you are like as you have. And sometimes you can have a license of having a gun. If you are living in, for example, the nomads that have a big herd of sheep, they have a gun to protect their own sheep. Like wolf, but obligatory. If you were jailed for whatever reason, you will never have a license or get a gun. It is for this reason when I am talking about the daggers, because now it is carrying weapons. Carrying weapons, it is the law. It is forbidden to carry weapons in Morocco. And we are going to drive along this valley for about 40 kilometers till the gorges, till the gorge, the valley. In these old fortified villages, and they're falling into ruins just because the people that was living here
moved and they built new houses here on your left and in front of you. And many people are living just because it is not, they want to have a new house for the reason I explained to you before. I mean, to show that they made money during their adventure working into foreign countries. And also because generally the big house in Doksar is owned by the whole family. So, and when it is falling into ruin, no one wants to restore it. Used to be the old village here on your right hand side. And now the people that used to live here, all of them, they built new constructions everywhere. And also there was no life along the road before. And the people, they started moving to build here since there was this road. So we are driving now till the you see all these constructions, like what you see on your left, majority of these houses are used mainly as summer house. Sometimes they are huge houses, and they are used during the whole year round by just a couple of retired persons. But during summertime, stones is the same that is built in another one there. Just that one is very fancy and he's going to, and the problem is now if he wants to sell it, it is worth nothing. Nobody is coming to buy it from him. Yeah. They have, we are going to have here a stop. Nice view. You can see this difference of colors. And in all the valley, they have the date palm trees, they have also some olives, but they are farming mainly alfalfa because the people, they have sheep and cows.
Erfoud. The other one, I'd like to have I could be just on the side. Water now, they never, yes,
These old houses, they didn't have water, they didn't have facilities, they didn't have anything. There would be that time. We meet clients, we meet grow up in a farm, so I had the donkey. If it is just a donkey, I don't know, to take it 1,500 dirhams, between 1,500 to 2,000 dirhams. It is for this reason sometimes the people, when they lose their donkey, it takes them a long time to buy another one. No, Bruno carries the donkey. And the people that own the donkeys, they have their space, they have, the houses here, the people that have animals are like this. Just after the main entrance, you have a kind of a room, it is kind of a bar, where they keep the donkey, and sometimes the donkey and cows. And after then you have all the ground floor is the barn where they are keeping goats, sheep. And then they live in the first floor during the winter time. You know why? The animals underneath. Then so the animals are keeping the first floor warm. So to the last floor, to go to the Todghas, so that they are getting out away from the animals and then, or if they just have these two floors, you have their animals, you put them in an outdoor barn, just like a courtyard where they put them and the mothers in them. Well, it depends. Accept it easily. But generally, who is doing this request? It's not the son. She's the daughter-in-law, his wife, that doesn't, because they feel themselves being cheated or misled, because she knew previously that she's going to live with them and suddenly she changed mind. And I heard this story 1,000 times. When you try to explain to them that they are free to do whatever they want, but she knows that. She knows that she's going to live with us, and why did she change her mind? Like that. So, I'm going to explain to you this later. Ladies and gentlemen, we are here now at the entrance of the Todgha Gorges. So we are entering to the gorges, beautiful. So we are going to get in, and we will drop you here at the entrance, but bring your jackets because it will be a little bit cold here inside. And also, you'll see, like any touristy place, you have these street vendors that if you pay attention to or you care about what they are selling, you will be hustled all the time. Items that can exist. Many tanks are not even made here in the country. We don't know where they are made. They say tell you that.
will follow the river is coming from there. Will come.
Like this. Originally, it is like a cycle, like a chain that we use for the slaves, chain in. And then it is a cut chain. They consider it as being the chain that was cut because they didn't speak up about their culture, and now they start speaking about their culture, about their identity, and so on and so forth. And here there are restaurants. They are not working anymore because there was a rock that fell on the top, on the rooftop of one of them. Luckily, nobody. And there is really, it was very hazardous way when the last client left the restaurant. And even the waiters, they were planning to have lunch in the spot that fell down. And lucky because, and it is since then, the government didn't renew the permission, the license for them to continue. And they have been there, by the way. This coup happened in 2006 or 2007, whereas the restaurants here was opened in 1972. They are coming down. That's nothing. And this road, ladies and gentlemen, if we continue through the mountain, is leading to a spot which is called Mishlif at Emil Shil. Emil Shil. Emil Shil. If you Google it, Emil Shil. I-M-I-L-C-H-I-L. Emil Shil. If you Google it, it will show you in French feast of the fiançailles, or marriage feast. Marriage feast in English. What is the origin of this? Is that before there was two tribes that are conflicting with each other in a permanent way to get paid, or if they're, for example, their husbands sent for the money from European countries, they come to get their money from here, or those that are coming for the allowance that the government is giving is distributing. It is the end of the month of the retiring to get their retiring pension also. The retiring pension of their husbands. And how it works. For example, the husband is, in the Moroccan system, he worked and he is getting between 70-80% of his wage as a retiring pension. When he passes away, his wife is keeping 50% of his retiring pension. And here, Tinghir, ladies and gentlemen, in the urban section, there is about 15,000 of inhabitants. But if we count the population of the valley that we drove to, it can be even about 27 or 30,000 of inhabitants. And in summertime, it is crowded because you have all these people that are working abroad and in other cities that are coming back And the main attraction are the gorges that we just visited. And there is another population that is making its living from mining activity here. What they are mining in the neighborhood of Tinghir is silver. Silver, the largest silver mine is in the territory of the province of Tinghir. I'll show it to you this afternoon on our way to Ouarzazate. So, ladies and gentlemen, we will go to stop for lunch. It is on your own, and as I told you, we are using a restaurant which is called Yasmina, who is still there. We have always good feedback from our travelers, and you have a choice of meals. They will give you the meals list, and you choose what you want. It is not very pricey. It is good. You have a choice mainly between Moroccan soup. You want salad. You want also, vegetable soup also. You have skewers, you have also, if you want vegetarian tagine, you can order it. Couscous is served also. You have chicken skewers, ground meat skewers. They have also other variety. It is, and also, I told you, the Berber omelette, they call it that, but is the Berber omelette, are eggs cooked in a tagine, but with tomato sauce and also onions. And if you like it, they put spices, that's a little bit spicy. So it is what they call the Berber omelette. To serve for us as a first meal is madfouna. 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 It is in this area, in that city. In Rizani, the madfouna, you find it in the city.
Pictures.
Maybe he was consoling her.
Yeah.
He was
You're not quite
consoling
hold
her.
hands with him like my brother.
Yeah. Yeah, I can assure you I don't hold
It was just consolation.
I think that you're very disappointed with horse I'm just kidding. She's not a horse fan.
all of that are like
Sarah
what you're
Jessica
talking
Parker.
about.
Yeah, Sarah's the part where it's like, I already love her. I just like can't get over how stupid
Still. I should have.
That excuse always works.
I could have hit here.
Listen, I can
My
talk a
coworkers,
lot,
but I don't.
a lot.
Yeah, me too. Is that
A real circus dress. Like, it's literally like
It's 2 o'clock.
Yes, we're still
It's
on this.
always daylight. Oh, you mean in Timberlake?
Yeah, Timberlake Park.
Oh. Just saying.
Rosa Damascina, or the rose of Damascus. So and it is planted, and the people are using it for making rose water cream, also the rose water perfumes, also and everything. El Kelaa de Maguna is the name of the city. You see here in the taxis they have a pink color, pink rose color. Rose color, and once here in this area is celebrated the Festival of the Roses. The Festival of the Roses, it is generally at the end of April, the beginning of May. By the past, the Festival of the Roses was celebrated. It is to allow to the people to sell their crop. And now it is becoming also an international fair, as have the Ministry of Agriculture that is getting involved. They encourage the people to farm more and more. Their food. What they are planting are grains. During the summertime, mainly corn. This area, Kasbah, it is a kind of a castle. Her parents, and once she went to the house of the others, she tried to suicide. She tried suicide, and some of the neighbors learned, so that she spoke up. And the civil society, the non-governmental associations demonstrated in order to find a solution for this problem. Because before, the girls and women accepted that situation easily. Now it is another new generation, and that the person that committed this crime should be judged and should be taken. We changed these laws again, that now a person that committed a crime like this promenade on. They have small boats. They can, like the small cruise boats.